last November, the Security Council adopted Resolution 2803. The international community generally hopes that Gaza will emerge from conflict and catastrophe and usher in peace and tranquility. We take note of the first report submitted to the Security Council by the Board of Peace and of some improvement in the situation in Gaza. Yet there is still a long way to go before the guns are silenced once and for all, and the suffering is ended completely. The ceasefire has not yet brought peace. Attacks and casualties are continuing, and over 2 million people are struggling to survive amid the ruins. Faced with the grave situation, it is all the more imperative for the international community to build greater consensus and make more active efforts. I will make 3 points. First, a lasting ceasefire must be achieved in Gaza, and violent attacks must be stopped. Since the ceasefire agreement was reached, Israel has been carrying out almost daily bombings and attacks, which have already killed over 870 people. Any breach of the ceasefire will undermine the fragile situation and lead to the resumption of fighting. Any deliberate provocation or adventurism will jeopardize the negotiations process and serves no one's interests. We call upon all parties concerned, especially Israel, to fully abide by the ceasefire agreement and realize a truly lasting ceasefire in Gaza. The guarantors of the ceasefire agreement and relevant parties with important influence should take more active steps to uphold the ceasefire. Second, the humanitarian situation in Gaza must be improved without delay to ease the suffering of the people. The increase in humanitarian supplies entering Gaza is a positive and welcome development, yet the quantities of supplies are not the only standard for assessing the humanitarian situation. At present, the humanitarian situation in Gaza remains dire. Drinking water, medical supplies, fuel, and other basic supplies continue to be in shortage, and massive numbers of people lack shelter. The public health issue in Gaza must be given serious attention. Sewage, rubble, and overcrowded environments are highly conducive to the spread of infectious diseases, and the recent surge in cases of parasite and rodent infestations could trigger a severe crisis. Israel must fulfill its obligations under international humanitarian law as the occupying power, lift restrictions on humanitarian access, and allow urgently needed medicine, fuel, and shelter materials, among others, to enter Gaza. UNRWA is the backbone of humanitarian operations in Gaza. For some time now, Israel has continued to suppress and restrict the work of UNRWA, and recently even announced that it will establish military facilities at UNRWA's premises in East Jerusalem. We are gravely concerned over this and urge Israel to effectively guarantee the privileges, immunities, and normal mandate delivery of UNRWA. Third, it's important to stay committed to the general direction of the two-state solution and steadily advance the post-war arrangement for Gaza. The two-state solution is the only viable way forward for the settlement of the Palestinian question. Any arrangements or new mechanisms must adhere to the principle of Palestinians governing Palestine, respect the will of the Palestinian people, and promote rather than undermine the two-state solution. The international community must pull greater efforts to revitalize the prospects of the two-state solution, reject any unilateral action that erodes the foundation of the two-state solution, and oppose any attempts to alter Gaza's demographic or territorial structures. The Security Council bears the primary responsibility in the maintenance of international peace and security. It should continue paying close attention to the situation in Gaza and its post-war arrangement and play its due role. Gaza and the West Bank are both integral parts of Palestine, and tensions in the West Bank must not be overlooked either. Israel should abide by international law and Security Council Resolution 2334, stop settlement activities, curb settler violence, and ensure serious accountability.